All right, gentlemen, obviously Saturday is a big week. Jerry, obviously, you know the P's and Q's, the ins and outs with the expectation. Just how have you seen this thing continue to move forward, and what did you learn about yourselves last week at Mercyhurst?
I learned that our guys have great preparation and played with great passion, and those two things helped us with that outcome. And we had a lot of fun Saturday night playing that football game, and I was so proud of our guys to take those two things and put it on the field.
All right, gentlemen, obviously offense, defense, two really important aspects of the game, and they really were firing on all cylinders this weekend. Just what did you make of the opportunity to continue to build and continue to learn as a side together?
Go. Yeah, I think we played complementary football. You know, they kept getting us the ball back, and we kept having great drives. And obviously, we started the game, we got the ball, went down, scored. So we kept that momentum going. And obviously, when you pitch a shutout, they got us the ball back time after time, which helps our guys and gets us great confidence, especially when we have short fields. And you know, instead of having 80 or 90-yard drives, we have 50 and 60-yard drives. Makes it a lot easier to score points for sure.
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, like when you start with a 75-yard drive, I know our guys were fired up to get out there and contribute and do their part. I think in the first half we played 20 total plays, so the offense did a great job of possessing the football, keeping us off the field, so when we were out there we were able to play fast and physical, which, you know, we preach all week.
Obviously, you don't want to get too high as a side, you don't want to get too low as a side. When you take things week by week and you take the results for what they are, a learning experience, just how does that make you a better side overall?
I think the one thing that Coach does a great job of preaching on and our guys really bought into is it's not even week to week, it's play by play. So realistically, and we know that the ball isn't round and bounces weird ways sometimes, and you might have a 3 and out, but our guys come to the sideline, they assess the situation, and they're confident to get back out there and get the ball and go do it again.
Yeah, I echo the same message.
Obviously, offensively, it so many guys compliment the playbook and just how much fun it is to go out there. And defensively, obviously, year two for you, it's been an enjoying process to watch you continue to grow and watch the guys grow as well. Just what is it about these guys that just keep you just fired up to make sure that they're playing their best 60?
I think overall we have a veteran group on offense minus Tyler, you know. Him and Kai Boyd and a couple of the receivers, BJ, a couple of those guys, it's their first year getting action or playing. But aside from Tyler, you know, our veterans are most of our receivers, our running backs, our line's you know, a veteran group. So we have a good group back, and Tyler's done a great job of digesting the playbook. You know, he's still a veteran guy that's thrown for a ton of yards and played a lot of football games. So he's able to keep our guys moving, and we've able to been giving him a lot of the playbook, and he's able to handle it. And the more that we can handle, the more explosive and the more things we can do.
Yeah, it's the same defensively. You look at our front; those are all guys who are really programmed guys. Minus Ash, who have been here for, you know, Axe in year 7. Linebacking group, it's a new group of linebackers, but they've all been in college for, you know, 4, 5, 6 years now. And our secondary is guys who have either started here or other places they've been. So, you know, all around our team's a group of guys who have, you know, been there, done that, and I think we get to reap the benefits of that just on a day-to-day basis, because they go out there, they handle practice like professionals, they, you know, handle meetings like professionals, and you know, they're working really hard right now.
Routine's obviously a very big thing as well, and Coach Schmitt was talking after the last home game about usually it's the road when you guys find opportunities to gel, but really it was being back here in Rooney, sleeping in own beds, continuing to go through the process. Just in those days, just what was it like just seeing the guys love with each other, love on each other to make sure that the result was what it needed to be?
We've both been doing this a long enough time, and I think you can feel when a team genuinely cares about each other. And our group definitely has that. You know, they joke around, they all have thick skin, and they're able to bust each other's chops and get after each other a little bit, but also share those you know, successes too, and have really happy moments. The one thing that made me super proud this week is we completed 6 balls. We dominated that performance, and really we did it on the ground. Even though we have nationally ranked quarterbacks and receivers we've been doing it through the air, where this game it was all on the ground. And to watch our receivers block the way they blocked, and to see how happy they were after the game, even though that we didn't have that many throws their way, I think that just kind of tells the tale of what our team is and how they care about each other.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, they're all best friends. Most of those guys live together off campus, and a lot of the guys came in the same recruiting class, whether it be from the portal or from high school or whatever. And yeah, they're each other's biggest fans.
Offensively, what has it been like? You've been finding so many different receivers. You mentioned Kyron, who's really seemed to break out a lot lately. You have a 3, sometimes 4-pronged attack on the run, and you have a quarterback that believes. Just how much fun is that to come to work to every day?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Well, the one thing we have to make sure we do is not do too much. When you have those many weapons and you have that stuff, you can constantly draw up more plays and things to do, but you got to make sure that we're making sure that we're staying in our system and doing the things that we're good at and confident at. So that's the one fun thing is you can find new wrinkles and slide guys in different spots and try to find new ways to get guys the ball, especially in space.
Defensively, it seems like there's as many plays as there are yards sometimes, which is a feather in the cap to the plan, but a feather in the cap to the belief that they have. Just how connected do you feel that side of the ball is, and how do you feel that's grown from the beginning?
Yeah, we preach team defense doing your 111th. We pride ourselves on just, when your opportunity comes, you go make the play, but don't go beyond your 111th. You look at the stat sheet right now, it's pretty balanced just in terms of tackles, TFL sacks. All those guys are in and around the same numbers. You don't really have a guy who's totally separated, and to me that's a compliment to those guys, because those guys are just out there doing their job, and through 4 conference games, they should be proud of the results.
The result last weekend was an opportunity to walk in your trap and take over your trap. Just how much fun was that experience to see and just have a little bit of fun with the guys in that way?
Yeah, I think, we recruited these guys and we've got great relationships with them and their families, so it's always good when you win. I mean, obviously that takes care of everything. So just going to keep doing what we can do to keep staying on it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, each week now is a championship game for us. So, we don't really prioritize or put any game on a pedestal. Our opportunities are in front of us each Saturday. So we had a really fun time Saturday. The guys went out there and they earned it throughout the course of the week, and now we're on to Wagner.
A lot of what's made is what's done on Saturday, but how important is what's being done on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to make sure that Saturday is what it needs to be?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, the same messaging from coach is one play at a time. The stuff that we're running on Tuesday are the things that we're directly going to call on Saturday. So, you never get to all the plays that you've practiced throughout the week, but you never know when you're going to need them. And we make sure that our guys do a good job of staying on top of it and making sure that we're ready to go.
And to piggyback on that, a group of guys who don't get the credit in the stat sheet are our scout teams, and those guys do a freaking awesome job for us. A lot of times the guys come back after a game and they're talking about Tyler Souls, our quarterback, or some of the skill guys we play, and they're like, I dealt with pretty stiff competition all week. I was pretty prepared for Saturday. So, those guys do a really good job to make sure we get out there and are able to execute at a high level.